Okay, for this explainer, we are doing something, well, a little different. We're going to take on one of the most minimal, most challenging, and frankly, most bizarre sources I've ever seen. This might just be the toughest analysis we've ever tried to pull off.
And that's it. Seriously, that is the entire source for today's analysis. I'm not kidding. The whole thing is just one word. What?
So, I know what you're thinking. How can you possibly analyze that? And you know what? You'd be totally right if we were trying to analyze the content. But that's not what we're doing here. Our challenge is to look at the context, the container, the whole phenomenon behind this word. It's not about the word itself. It's about why it's here, in this exact form.
To do this, we've got to start with the data. What do we actually have to work with? We know the video is titled Cat AI Short Video 2025, Cat Funny Video. We know the channel is Nagpuri Lover, and we know the full transcript is, well, yeah, it's what? That's it. That's all the evidence we've got.
All right, since the content itself is basically a black hole, we have to put on our digital detective hats. We've got to examine the packaging. And our first and probably biggest clue is right there in the video's title. It's an absolute treasure trove, if you know how to read it.
Just look at this thing. This title is it's a perfect artifact of modern internet culture, isn't it? It doesn't sound like it was written for a person. It reads like a jumble of keywords, like bait being thrown into the massive ocean of search algorithms, just hoping something bites.
So let's just break this down piece by piece. First up, Cat AI. Boom. Tapping into two huge online trends right away. Then, short video. Tells you the format. Then you've got 2025, which is weird. We'll come back to that one for sure. And finally, funny video. That's the promise, right? What you're supposed to get. Every single piece of this is a calculated SEO term designed to be found by a machine.
Okay, let's zoom in on that first bit, Cat AI. I mean, what does that even mean? Is this supposed to be a video of a cat that was generated by an AI? Or maybe a video about an AI that is a cat? Or, and let's be real, this is probably it, is it just two of the internet's biggest keywords slammed together to grab views? It's a really fascinating peek into a world where content creation is getting more and more automated.
And that brings us to the weirdest part of the title, right? 2025. Why that year? Is this a prophecy? Did someone send this video back in time from a future overrun with AI cats? Is it the model number for the AI, or is it just a random tag thrown in there to catch anyone searching for, I don't know, the future? The whole point seems to be that we just don't know.
Okay, so we've taken a good look at the box. Now it's time to analyze what's inside. And we are going to treat this single word with the serious, high-minded academic rigor that it so clearly deserves. Let's talk about the meaning of what?
First things first, let's go back to basics, like dictionary basics. As a pronoun, what is used to ask for information? As an interjection, it's what you say when you're surprised or confused. And trust me, both of those definitions are going to be very, very relevant here.
So, what are we supposed to make of this one little word in this totally bizarre context? Is it an AI waking up and asking its first existential question? Is it just a simple mistake, a typo in the transcript? Or maybe some placeholder text that a bot just forgot to delete? Or, and this is my favorite theory, is it something way deeper?
This is where it gets kind of brilliant, whether it was on purpose or not. The content, that one word, perfectly mirrors your own reaction to the content. Think about it. You see this wild title, Cat AI Short Video 2025. You click play and you get, well, nothing. And what's the first word that pops into your head? What? The video already answered you before you even asked the question. It's this perfect looping bit of self-referential confusion.
So where does all this leave us? What are we supposed to take away from a source that is basically just a void? Well, the key, I think, is realizing that sometimes the lack of a message is the message.
Here's a way to think about it. Most sources, right, they give us information. Facts, stories, data, something. This source, it gives us absolutely zero information. But what it does give us is a ton of meta-information. It makes us ask questions, not about the content, there is none, but about everything around it. About the context, how it was made, why it's empty, and even what we ourselves expected to see.
And really, that's the whole point of this explainer. This source isn't about something, it is something. It's like this perfect, tiny, crystallized artifact of our current digital world. A world that's run by algorithms, stuffed with keywords, filled with automated content, and sometimes just completely, totally empty of any real meaning.
And all of that leaves us with one last big question to think about. This totally absurd video,
This single word floating out there in the digital ocean, it kind of forces us to ask something bigger about everything else. In a world that is just so full of noise, how do we actually listen for the silence?